Hello YouTube, it's me B3 back with another kicking graphic novel review. We got the final one in a series today. I've already done volumes 1 and 2, Superior Spider-Man Volume 3. These are the deluxe volumes that are actually multiple of the single volumes in one. See, it's a very thick book. Runs about $34.99 US. That's what's on the back. But I am going to read you the inside cover and the back of the book. The Superior Spider-Man makes a final stand against the Goblin Nation. Otto Octavius enters his home stretch of heroism and encounters with Spider-Man 2099. The Black Cat and Flash Thompson's Venom forever change each of their lives. But that's all a prelude to the main event. The long simmering showdown between Superior Spider-Man and the emerging army of the Green Goblin. With the underworld now completely under Norman Osborn's control, it's Doc Ock's greatest chance to prove his superiority. Can he pull off the ultimate act of heroism, or will the Superior Spider-Man be no more? Collecting Superior Spider-Man 17 through 31 and Annual 1 through 2, written by Dan Slott, with Christos Gage and illustrated by Humberto Ramos, Ryan Stegman, Giuseppe Calamochi, and Javier Rodriguez. Yeah, and then for the inside cover, Superior Spider-Man No More. It's the stunning conclusion of Otto Octavius' Superior Saga. Having taken over Peter Parker's body and life, Dr. Octopus is determined to be a better Spider-Man than Peter ever was. If only he could keep Peter's friends from becoming enemies. Spider-Man 2099, Black Cat, and Flash Thompson's Venom make the scene, each sensing something a little off about their friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. While they try to put the pieces together, events unfold that will change the trajectory of their lives in profound ways. Then the villainous Blackout seeks to up his street cred by taking on Spider-Man. To flesh out his prey, he has targeted Aunt May. Will Octavius defend her with the vigor of Peter Parker? And finally, it's all been building to this. The Green Goblin takes control of New York's underworld, and Otto faces his final battle, rising to the challenge to meet his greatest responsibility. Superior Spider-Man must bring down the Goblin Nation, even if it means his own defeat and the rebirth of a hero. Yeah. So lots of stuff happens in this book. It's got a cool inside cover, too, with regular Peter Parker Spider-Man on it. But so we're going through this, and the Goblin Nation is tearing shit up. They're trying to get things going. The 2099 Spider-Man is in their timeline trying to fix stuff because the Avengers kind of fucked time for a little while there. Sorry, my hip is really messing with me. I don't know why. I'm like an old man. So he figures out stuff with them. It destroys Horizon Labs. Peter starts his own company with Sanjay. Still dating Anna Maria. When I said Peter starts his own company, I mean Doc Ock starts his own company. Siberius Stone fucking sabotages Horizon. And then the Black Cat story is over in a matter of pages. Because he sees her, he webs her up while she's robbing, and then he gets her arrested. Then Otto Octavius' old girlfriend comes to fucking beat up Spider-Man and kill him. And she's a hologram, so he makes a Doc Ock hologram to break up with her because he's dating Anna Maria. And he also uses that hologram to get Peter Parker, or Otto as Peter Parker, you know what I mean, out of some trouble because he's been using Doc Ock's work in his thesis and stuff to become a doctor, and one of Doc Ock's old acquaintances is on the review board for it, recognized it as Doc Ock's work, and was going to have Peter kicked out of school for plagiarism. Peter, when I'm saying Peter, I mean Doc Ock, right? You know when I'm saying Peter, I mean Doc Ock. Has him kicked out, but he comes to him as Otto and says, oh, Peter was a subordinate of mine. He's carrying on my work and all that stuff. J. Jonah Jameson is creating an army of spider slayers because Otto is blackmailing his ass. Venom shows up doing some stuff. I'm also reviewing the Agent Venom run and then Space Venom and the current Venom run and all that stuff. So keep that in mind. So that'll be tying into this. So Flash Thompson Venom is out there and he's, fighting Spider-Man because fucking Otto won't give anyone a break. And then the Venom symbiote ends up on Otto Octavius, and he becomes the Superior Venom, who's really cool. I have his action figure right next to me, actually. What a coincidence. Very fun. But yeah, so he actually almost defeats the Avengers by himself as that. But then Peter Parker's consciousness turns out still in his brain, because the brain's still technically Peter Parker's brain, right? It's all his neural pathways. Doc Ock's just been grafted onto him. So Peter's going to be there no matter what he does. At least that's the way I see it. But Peter helps him get the symbiote off, and he was kind of mean to everybody when he had the symbiote on. And Hobgoblin and Green Goblin go to war. Green Goblin takes all his men. Hobgoblin flees to Paris. Flash Thompson gets the Venom symbiote back because he literally can't live without it because of all the chemicals in his body. The Avengers kick Spider-Man off the team. Well, they were gonna kick Spider-Man off the team, but then he quit because he deleted all that info they had on him. And it turns out Norman Osborn is the Green Goblin again. You already saw where Blackout, he's not a vampire, but he looks like a vampire. He can suck all the light out of a room. Sunlight hurts him, but it doesn't like make him burst into flames. Kind of makes his skin bubble and stuff, though. And he doesn't suck blood, but he does rip out throats with his teeth. So he's like vampire-ish. Like if you saw him, you would think that's a vampire, but he's not a vampire. So after he frees Aunt May, he fucking tortures this dude, rips out all his teeth, all his nails, is fucking doing experiments on him and shit. And Aunt May watches the whole damn thing from her hiding place. She's like, yo, Peter, you need to fucking break ties with Spider-Man. I just saw him torture a fool. But, you know, Peter is Spider-Man, but Peter also isn't Peter because Peter is Doc Ock. You know all that. It was insane. It was insane. Just fucking incredible. But yeah, so he tortured that dude and then had the word put out on the street that if anyone messes with Peter Parker or his family, Spider-Man's going to torture their asses. Peter Parker lives through Doc Ock's life in his mind. The Green Goblin offers Spider-Man a seat at his table because he knows it's Doc Ock. But he refuses, so there's this big war, all kinds of fighting. Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2099 and the Wraith all fighting these goblins. Carly has turned into a goblin and they cure her. And then they're using the cure on goblins all over town, including curing Norman Osborn, who was the main goblin. He saved Anna Marie. But the way the Spider-Man saved Anna Marie is Doc Ock willingly gave the body back to Peter Parker and erased his own memories to save Anna Marie because he loved her, which was a really nice gesture. Later in the current Spider-Man run, or what at the time of recording this is the current Spider-Man run, there was another copy of Doc Ock's memory that didn't remember giving up his life like that and couldn't accept it and blew his cover when he was in the living brain. Pretty crazy stuff. But yeah, so Spider-Man's, defeats the Green Goblin, was going around explaining things to himself, or explaining that he was Doc Ock to people and trying to make up the stuff with people who, because there are some people who can't just say Doc Ock was controlling me because they don't know his secret identity. But J. Jonah Jameson resigns as mayor, all kinds of crazy stuff, and then it's back to business as usual. And the next volume is Spider-Man Volume 1, The Parker Luck, which I don't know if I'll get, honestly, because I don't really need it. I don't really need it because I read all the single issues, but it was good. I don't know. At the time of recording this, Dan Slott is only a couple issues away from leaving the title. Gonna miss him. It was a good run with him. He wrote Spider-Man for a long time. I think he started with Brand New Day. Did he start on Brand New Day? Whatever. Brand New Day sucked anyways. But, yeah, I mean, Superior Spider-Man is a great book. If you can read all of Superior Spider-Man, whether you get them in these big deluxe volumes or the smaller single volumes, it doesn't really matter. If you get the smaller single volumes, there's a volume of Amazing Spider-Man you have to read first. Where Doc Ock first takes control. You have to read that first, so be sure to get that if you get the single volumes. But I mean, it's a spectacular run. Like, he got death threats when he killed Peter Parker and replaced him with Doc Ock. And then it turned out to be a fan favorite. A fucking fan favorite. The art is fantastic. The fucking writing is great. I love the cover arts. They're very simple. Lots of them are quite minimalist. The backgrounds and lots of them are just straight up black. I really loved the cover arts for these. They had some excellent covers. Like that one right there. That was a cover art. This was the cover art when Peter Parker came back. I love this cover. I mean, a truly fantastic run. I have all the single issues, including a first and second printing of #1. My first printing is unread. I have it all in trade so I can reread it as many times as I want. Whenever I start it, I just can't pull myself away. It's so good. But, that's it. Slott, Gage, Ramos, Stegman. Really love Ramos's art. But once again, that's it. Thank you all very much for your support. Remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out all the cool links in the description below. Facebook, Twitter, etc. But that is it. Thank you all once again, and I'll be seeing you all later.